Okay. Hi, everybody. Just a few of us today. It's nice and intimate. Okay, if you're watching the playback, thank you for watching the playback. I appreciate it. I have, I believe, some really important stuff to go over tonight. Some of this I went over on Saturday at our Super Saturday here in Nampa. Hi, Joyce. Oh, here's some more people coming on. Okay, so first of all, I want to remind you guys that Cancun is still open. You can register for Cancun by the end of the month. And I registered for Cancun today. And I'm going to tell you, it gave me great anxiety doing it. I was like, oh my gosh, because I registered my entire family and it gave my husband great anxiety, right? So I knew with that feeling that I reached out to Sean and Michelle right away and I'm like, okay, I'm registered, I'm going. And sure enough, right away, she like checked me and she was like, that's right. She goes, abundance mindset. And Maria Williams asked me if I had registered because I had talked about it on a leader mastermind last week. And she had said, that's right. She's like, all in. And I cannot wait for the day when you guys are able to get there too. And I'm still working on it, but getting ourselves to that point where it is about abundance, where it is about thinking bigger instead of, I've done such a good job at thinking about everyone around me, I guess, and making them comfortable and not uncomfortable. So it's better to just stay where they're at than to rise bigger because I don't want to lose the people that I'm around. But what if instead we decide to think abundantly, we decide to think bigger, and they decide to come with us, or we empower them or inspire them in some other way in their life to do something else they've never done before. That's a beautiful thing, right? So abundance mindset, thinking big, all in. I cannot wait to go to Cancun with my family to experience that, share it with you guys. And I just hope that some of you still have it in your mindset as well, the ability to maybe go. There are people looking for roommates. So if you've been thinking about it and maybe you just want to go and you're going to need a roommate, let me know because people are looking. Okay, that's till the end of October. The Axio promotion, I just want to make this super clear again. So if anyone is on the dual synergizer currently, okay, and they upgrade to the tri-synergizer, they will get a free green grape Axio with their next order. They must be on the dual synergizer. That's the only way they can get it. This is not for new people that order the tri-synergizer. This is not for people that were just on Protandim and order the tri-synergizer. Only for people that are on the dual and upgrade to the tri. Why they did it that way, I do not know, but that's the way that it is right now, okay? For the ultimate stack, that is for anyone and everyone. New customer, existing customer, distributors, customers, whatever. If you upgrade to the ultimate stack in October, then you will get a dragon fruit Axio with your next order. And if you hold the ultimate stack for 3 months, then you'll get a red raspberry Axio. So $100 in free product will come to you for holding that ultimate stack subscription for 3 months. And what a beautiful trial period for people, right? To have the ultimate stack for 90 days, oof, I love it. Okay, so those are the Axio promotions. Next I want to tell you, not last, but I'm going to share my screen here. And we are currently, what I am sharing and telling others to share is the Biohack and Activate website. It is a link that is a website. It's Biohack and Activate. On this page, you'll see a video that you can share. It is a little over 10 minutes long. It starts with the ABC report, gives a little bit of an update, and then goes into the 3 theories of aging. Okay, it is a great video. We were talking about it today on the Leadership Zoom. And I know sometimes when we've been in a little while, we've seen the same video for a lot of different times. It can become, we get in our head and we think, oh my gosh, is this too long for them? We start to overthink the video, even though it has amazing information in it. And I think this video is phenomenal. I mean, it gives the update. It talks about NAD. It talks about the tri-synergizer, and it talks about how they work together cohesively, the Protandim system. So this is what I am recommending you use right now until possibly our upline comes out with something different. But right now, let's stick to Biohack and Activate to share with people. And I'm telling you too, the key here is how you set it up. If you say to someone, I'm going to send you this video, it is about 10 minutes long, but they're going to have their mindset, oh, I don't have 10 minutes. But if instead you say, I'm going to send you this amazing video, it's only 10 minutes, it covers exactly what we've been talking about. You're going to see the ABC report, how we began, and then also see about the 3 levels to anti-aging. It is huge. You're going to love everything you see in it. Completely different, right? They're going to want to stay in tune with it. They're going to want to continue to see it because of the information and how you set it up. I just thought of something else we need to talk about, so I'm going to write it down quick. Okay, so Biohack and Activate. From that, I'm going to talk about the last Facebook Live event that we did. So a Facebook Live event, if you're not aware of that, is when you go to Facebook and you create an event. If I'm on the Facebook page, here's my page, and I go over here under Explore and I see Events. And you click on Events, that's where you will see the event that we create, okay? A lot of people forget where to find it once we create it. So Amy Dippold's group just did one. They called it Stories from Biohacking and Learning How To. We did one, and I feel like it was very successful. You guys were amazing. People that tuned in, they were commenting, they were answering questions to people that were on and watching. So we're going to do it again. And what I've learned is instead of having one date of when this takes place, we're going to have a start date and an end date. So we're going to start it on, let me tell you, we're going to start it and open it on Halloween, on Halloween. On Thursday, October 31st, we're going to open the page. So I will let you know when I have the page set up. I will invite those that want to be a part of it, and then you'll be on that page. And then on Thursday, the 31st, you can start inviting people as well. And then we're going to go live on Saturday, November 2nd at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Central. We will go live and do an opportunity presentation. We'll talk about the products and the opportunity. So up until we go live, we're going to want interaction. We're going to want people posting, sharing their excitement. I may ask some of you to go live, do a live and share your story. Share why you're excited to be a part of this. And then, boy, a lot more people came on. Thanks, guys. Welcome to the call. And then after it's aired on that Saturday, we will keep it open until Monday night. So it'll be open for about a little over 48 hours after that. And you can continue to invite people after the fact. And also just engage with them. If you have somebody that says, I can't watch it on Saturday morning, but I really want to see it this time, then you can still invite them after the fact, tag them, and make sure that they get a chance to watch it. So that will happen November 2nd. And the thing with those two, the Facebook Live events, you guys, is really you being an active part of that page as well. And then also making sure that when you invite them, letting them know what they're going to see and asking them truly, do you think you'll be able to watch it on Saturday or after those next 48 hours after? And if they're not, then just say, you know what, we'll do it again. Maybe I'll just leave you off this time, because after we do the presentation, we talk more about the products and whatnot. So maybe it's best that they're not a part of it at this time, but that's going to be set as well. Also, a lot of people have been asking me for a PowerPoint presentation to share with people. We are currently working on that. Sean and Michelle Poe are meeting with Maria Williams and Carrie Williams, and they are going to collectively come up with a PowerPoint presentation that everyone agrees upon. And we want something that everyone can use. I'm going to stop sharing for a second. We want something that if I were to walk into a home in Minnesota to an opportunity presentation, I'm going to see the exact same PowerPoint that I would see if I was doing it here in Idaho. That's the goal, because duplication is what wins. And it's consistency that wins. And if we come out with a PowerPoint and then we're always changing it up, it just paralyzes people. And then people don't truly know what to use. So we want to make sure you have one consistent PowerPoint, also knowing that maybe in the past you've seen other PowerPoints that you prefer, and you may only like 70 to 80% of the one we put together. But that's okay. We're going to accept that, right? Because this will be what duplicates, and this will be what you and your new distributors will hear over and over again. They won't see new slides. They won't hear different information. And then they can equip themselves to then finally take that leap to do their own presentations. So that will be coming out sooner rather than later. Hopefully, I will have that and be able to use it on November 2nd when we do that second Facebook live event. Okay, Monday morning call this morning. There, Tara Wilson, she has one of the most successful organizations in LifeVantage. Tara was brought in by Carrie Dickey. She was previously in another, I think, Visalis, another network marketing company, and one of their top earners, and came to LifeVantage and has done extremely well. She knows the power of duplication and the power of consistency. She had a lot of guests on the Monday morning call today that talked about consistency and how important that is. And actually one of them, Becky Taylor, she is a Pro 6. She shared, she's a real estate agent, she shared that 93% of her downline has come from meeting them on social media. And she didn't know them previously. 93%. Okay? That doesn't happen overnight. And I know some of us still are uncomfortable with social media. And this is not to overwhelm you. What I'm telling you is it can be an amazing tool if we do it the right way. I have found in the past that if I go to my Facebook page, sometimes I tend to just sit there and not knowing what the heck I'm doing on it. What is my direction? What's my intent today? Why am I really here? And scrolling, and then I get so angry at myself, I get off and I get nowhere. So what I want to bring to you guys is a tool that you can use to help you navigate through social media and actually make it go to work for you. So I'm going to share my screen again. And this is a tool that I got from Rich Scott. He was talking to Sarah Hyland. No, not Sarah. Forget her last name. Anyway, this is a system that has duplicated. She's used this with her team. She is a mom that has done a lot of blogging in the past, and she has used these tools. So what I'm going to show you is, I had it up, but yeah, it's a daily action plan. It's a checklist, okay? If you're going to want this and you want to put this to work for you, I want you to send me an email after this, so I have your email, and I will make sure that you get this, okay? My email is ttsheldon4, the number 4, at gmail.com. ttsheldon, number 4, at gmail.com. So this is a daily action plan that she goes by. And it's 15 minutes of personal development, professional development. That's something we should all be doing daily anyway. If we're doing these two things, that alone gives you great content to share with people. And I want you to know too, when you're posting on social media, don't have it in your mind that your audience is everybody, because we can never reach everybody. I want you to think about who are those people and what do they represent that I want to be working with, right? I narrowed it down for me that I want to be working with Christian people, probably moms, and I don't know, Christian moms, I guess. That's kind of what I've been attracting. Christian women, Christian moms, Christian women. That's what I found I've been attracting. And that's what I like to speak to when I'm doing those posts, right? So 15 minutes of daily personal, professional. And then here's where it gets really amazing. Now, I've been doing this for a little over a week, and I love it. I go to social media with intent, knowing exactly what I'm doing, and I've been having fun with it because I've been creating new contacts, I've been developing new conversations, and just commenting on people's pages that I haven't in a long time that aren't a part of LifeVantage that I would love to work with. So one of these 6 weekly social media posts, it's just one a day, one social media post per day. Okay. And then wish everyone a happy birthday. And then you'll just check it off in the day once you've done that. Add new contacts to your list. Create new conversations and engage with others. This can be done with through Facebook. It could be done where you take it offline and now you're texting with them, you're emailing with them, and adding new contacts, creating new conversations like through Facebook Messenger, engaging with others like through Facebook comments, things like that. That's what this second page is for. So every day you want to add 2 to 5 new contacts to your list. You want to have 3 to 5 new conversations and engage with others, just whether through comments, again, or through Messenger, 3 to 5 a day. Okay, so it can become a lot after a while looking for these new contacts, but it's so fun because when you're intentional about who you want to work with, you know where to look. So what I've done is I've become a part of some different groups. I've only selected 3 groups, okay, and this is what I was taught. Select 3 groups that you would like to be a part of. Groups that represent your interests, your hobbies, what you like to talk about. If you created your own group, what would that group be? What are the hobbies that you love? And then look for those groups. Rich's son, for instance, found that a single father, right? He just wants to raise his daughter. So he looked for single father groups. I found a moms with teenage daughters group, and I became a part of that. And I realized too that I was a part of groups on social media, but I wasn't participating in them. So I wasn't giving anything, and then I wasn't getting anything back. And they're a great place to create relationships. Now, you do not go into these groups with the intention of talking about your products or Nerf 2 or anything. You go into these groups with the intention to build relationship. And once you build relationship, they're probably going to want to follow you or be a friend with you. And then through that, you begin to know them. They're going to ask you what you do, and then things may organically happen. Sometimes this takes a while. Sometimes it doesn't take long. It just depends on where people are at in their life, right? If people are looking and they go to your page and they can kind of see, oh, look what they're doing, or they travel a lot, or what is this testimony that they posted? They're probably going to ask you a question sooner than maybe someone else would. So 3 groups, no more. Groups that speak to who you are, what you love, and what you want to be a part of. And that moms group that I entered was probably about 3,000 people. Don't go to groups where there's tens of thousands of people. The smaller the group, the better, because it gives you more of an opportunity to engage with people and create those relationships and really make some impact on that page if that's what you want to do, or also get great takeaways. Even if you love cooking, maybe you're going to look for Instapot cooking moms, or CrossFit moms, whatever it may be, but find those groups that are a little smaller. And I learned too, with the big group I became a part of, I got out of that group because there were some crazy people on there. So I wasn't really like, I don't know if I want to participate. So I got more specific, and I looked for Christian moms of teenage daughters. And that group, the only one I could find, only had 97 people in it. And I thought that was really sad that there weren't more of those. Maybe I should create one. I don't know. But anyway, get specific with what you want. And the smaller the group, the better. But again, this right here, the new contacts, the new conversations, engaging with others, engaging with your customers and distributors on your team, also a really big part of that. But that's where this second sheet comes into play. And then now you are creating a new database. You're creating new relationships to follow up with. And then at the bottom, they talk about, okay, now who have you contacted? Have you made a first contact with someone? Are you inviting? And if you invited, what tool did you use? Did you use Biohack and Activate? Did you do a third-party call? Did you send them to a presentation? What tool did you use? And then team, that's again the 3-way call, and then the follow-ups. There's also another form that she created that allows you to then track those people that you put on the sheet. You put their name, you put the date that you did a first reach or that you first contacted them, you put the date that you invited them to look at something, And then here's where you'll put the tool. Did you send them a video or did you like talk to them through Facebook? Another great way to do three-way calls with someone is through Facebook Messenger. It doesn't always have to be a phone call. You could create a group through Messenger and speak to people that way as well. And then you've got the follow-ups that you do also. So there's two tools here that I've been using that I really, really, really love. I love putting pen to paper. I love checking things off. And doing this consistently over time has shown to be very, very beneficial for her team. So I wanted to share this with you guys. I think it's extremely beneficial. If this is something you would like to use, let me know. I'm not going to force anybody. It's what I've been using. It makes me feel very accomplished because I know I'm actually doing activity to build my business, create new relationships, and something that could eventually take it further at some point as I'm creating those relationships. Okay, then we're going to end with, I don't know how many of you have heard, but there is a new training site that's available to us now. I waited a while to bring this to you because I really wanted to make sure I was making a good decision for the team. And again, what it comes down to, I believe, is duplication. What it comes down to is you guys not being stuck or paralyzed thinking, if I bring someone new in, what's the next step? I wanted you to know exactly what the next step should be, what I think is the best tool, and then what, just exactly where you would take them. So we know Sean and Michelle have a training website called One Person Big Difference. Carrie Dickey and a lot of the elites created another site called The Code. This is the site right here. If you want that, this is the link right here. If you want the link just sent to you, tell me that. I'll put in the email as well. I have this link in my notes. So if somebody needs it, because it's kind of hard to remember, if somebody needs it, I just go to my notes, I copy and paste it into a text for them. I believe The Code is a great way to get someone started. The Code takes you through programs, through different modules. It welcomes you, tells you should be coachable. This is what it looks like. And once you've gone through one, it's going to check it off and tell you that you've completed it. Okay? So if I sent someone new here, I could go through this with them and I could see what they actually went through. And that's going to help me gauge kind of where they're at. Like, oh my gosh, they went through all of it. Like, this person's excited. Like, okay, time to get going. Or maybe they just got through the first part. Then it's time to have more of a conversation of, okay, tell me why you stopped here. Tell me where your head's at. And it allows you to kind of gauge the temperature of where they're at and where their mindset's at with building a business. Maybe they're not ready for a business. Maybe they're just ready to be a product user, or maybe they're ready to just drip and maybe just get some customers for a little bit to share, pay for their product. It's a great way to gauge that. But you will see many different elites on this page, which I also think is really valuable because it makes a new person feel connected to LifeVantage and to their upline. You're going to see the pose. You see me. You see Tim Cox. They talk about the follow-up. Really, really good. Talks about social media. Really great training. And it's just systematized. So once you're done with one, it says next video and takes you right to the next. There's no question about this. I am not saying that I like one better than the other. I think they're both amazing tools, and I think they can serve different purposes. So what I'm suggesting is, first of all, use what feeds your passion and what you're most passionate about. Please do that because that's going to serve a really big thing. I just believe for duplication purposes, the Code is where we take our new distributors to go through training. If they go through this entire training, all 47 lessons, I'm estimating it's going to take about 5.5 to 6 hours, okay? So they go through the Code, give them 48 to 72 hours, not any longer than that, and have them do it before you sit down with them so you know what questions they have, what they've gone through. And then Sean and Michelle's site, One Person Big Difference, I believe is a great resource. It's a great place to go for the studies, for I won't log in right now, but they have all the studies on there. They have videos on athletes, videos from doctors, videos from vets. And you're not going to see that on the code. The code is all about getting started and getting you the training that you need. It's like the blueprint for training. And then Sean and Michelle's site that they put so much love and work into that is extremely beautiful is a great resource for those extra tools that maybe you want to share with people or share with prospects as you go through everything. So that being said, does anybody have questions on the two sites, the worksheets that I showed you? Anything? If you do, just unmute yourself. Okay, I'm going to assume that
Hey, Tanya.
Oh, yes.
This is Dawn Turner. Hey,
Hi,
can
Dawn.
you give us your email address one more time?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's TT Sheldon, 4 at Gmail. Yep, just let me know, guys, and I'll send you those 3 worksheets. It'll be 4 total because you're going to have the daily method of operation. Yeah, here, I'll type it in real quick in the comments for you guys. It'll be the Pacesetter daily method of operation, the sheet that helps you track your new contacts, and then the other 2 will be just a way to put all of your contacts and your follow-ups once you start inviting them and showing them the ABC report. I like that because sometimes I have my follow-ups everywhere, or I have them in my calendar and they're in one place essentially, but not a place where I can look and see all of them, right? But on the form that she gave us, I can look at that worksheet and see everybody that I'm currently speaking to. I can go back to last week's new contacts, conversations that I had, and remember who I was talking to and go back to Facebook Messenger and like drop in again, or go to their Facebook page and just make a comment. And what I found too is when you engage in social media and you comment on people's posts, they're watching yours more. And the last thing I'll leave you with, and then we'll stop, with social media, the stories are a really big thing right now. And people are watching stories. And one great tip is with stories, you can see exactly who's watching your stories. Candy, do you have a question? I'll unmute you. I can't unmute you. Sorry, Candy. If you have a question, type it in. So with the stories, you can have a little more freedom in the stories. So for instance, here's what I've been seeing and here's what's been working for people. Maybe this morning, right, you make a post that is something inspirational. And then you find out you got this amazing testimony, or there's a promotion going on or something like that. You can put that in your story. And again, we don't want to say the company's name. We don't want to say the products. We just want to create curiosity so that people ask us and we can educate them in the right way, right? We don't want to show them everything so that they go and do their own research without ever us educating them and telling them the full story, or them knowing about the ABC report and they make up their own mind based on stuff that wasn't enough for them, right? Also because we have Vitality Living. We just want to create curiosity in their life so that we can take that conversation offline, ask them questions about where they're at, and then guide them appropriately. So you can have a little more freedom in the stories because it doesn't stay up there. Maybe just showing a picture of the back of the bottles or whatever, saying, you know, loving this new product, or love that we have this new system in place. Or maybe you're pouring Axio into your water bottle and you could talk about the fact that I can't believe we're giving this away for free in the next few months, right? And people may see that and say, well, what are you giving away for free? And then you can just start conversations and go from there. So stories are a great place to go. And it also kind of gives you a tab on who's watching and maybe whose page you could go to that's not a part of LifeVantage, where maybe you could start a conversation or comment on their Facebook page and get things going that way. So that's it. Bottom line, what it all comes down to is consistency. If you keep that consistency, have patience with it, it just pays off, you guys. And God knows when you're ready, right? It doesn't mean that it's going to blow up for us right away and your businesses are going to go crazy. right? Sometimes we're not ready for that, whether we think we are or not. God's saying, you're not quite ready, but stick with it. Stick to the process. Keep moving forward because you're in a preparation phase right now. And I know exactly when you're going to be ready and you will be blessed because of all the work that you've put in. So with that, I'm going to read you my devotional. I'm doing this devotional called Grace Over Grind. Actually doing it with Jen Pensinger. And I'm going to read this to you. This is day 3. It says, grinding is such a prevalent way of doing business that it may not even be clear to you when you're relying solely upon your own strength. Let's explore some of the signs that you may be working by grind. Financial anxiety. You're feeling desperate about money, or your thoughts are constantly consumed by how much money you are making or not making in your business. Prayerlessness. Your prayers are infrequent or rushed, and you're missing an essential fuel for your faith. Lack of sleep. A more obvious sign is lack of sleep due to stress. But a less obvious sign is when you're not sleeping because you're excited about the work that you do, and you simply won't stop working, or you're constantly dissatisfied with the amount of time you have available to work. Analysis paralysis. You may feel confused and overwhelmed and unable to move forward in your business due to frequent overthinking and continuous analyzing. We've never been there. Anybody ever been there? No. No boundaries. You make yourself available to your clients 24 hours a day. Clients, team members, customers. You make yourself available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and keep your smartphone close at all times. You may even have fears that your ability to be successful in business is threatened by the time you need to spend with your loved ones. Ugh! You guys, how many have been there? Like, oh my gosh, my husband wants to go out for dinner, or my daughter wants me to go up her room and hang out, but I just don't think I should do that. Like, what if I do that because I should be working right now, but if I go to my computer and I work, what am I going to do? That's why we need these checklists, right? If you do that checklist and you stay consistent with that and you do that personal development every day and you feed yourself business and personally and spiritually, and you do that checklist, that is to give you peace of mind that what you did today was enough. And now you can go to dinner with your spouse. You can go have time with your daughter in her room and not feel guilty. You have to let it go. We have to let it go. Okay. No joy or peace. You're tired, worn out, agitated, and carrying the stress of the everyday ups and downs of your business. So the question is, are you working by grind? I am. So here's a scripture to go with it. Don't worry about anything, but pray and ask God for everything you need. Always give thanks for what you have. And because you belong to Christ Jesus, God's peace will stand guard over all your thoughts and feelings. His peace can do this far better, his peace than our human minds. Oh my gosh, if we just relied on ourselves, we'd all be nutcases. There's not enough NAD in the world to cure any of that. So please don't rely on just your strength, okay? Like, just please, like, use that personal time to be quiet, be still, to pray, to just really have gratitude for your home and a heater. I was so grateful we had a heater tonight when I walked into my house. Just find gratitude in those little bitty things so that when you stay the course and you stay consistent and you continue to create relationships and share this with people as much as you possibly can, know that your time will come and you'll have this beautiful story to share with it. I'm 8 years into this and I feel like I'm just getting started. I feel like I'm finally getting it. 8 years in, I feel like I'm finally getting it because my mindset is finally matching where I believe that it should be. And before it wasn't. I was still thinking too small and just kind of like, life is good, blah, 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 blah. And God was like, no, Like, you're not done. You have to think bigger. But I wouldn't have got to that point if I stopped working. I wouldn't have got to that point if I stopped showing up, if I stopped sharing with people. You just stay the course, you guys. Do not give up on this. Everybody else does. Too many people do. That's why they always say, oh, you're a 5%er. Only the 5%ers make it. Be a 5%er. It doesn't take much. All it takes is consistency. That's it. And no matter how long it takes you, you're going to be working anyway. So work this along the way and just change people's lives, change your life. And you're going to develop and create this amazing story when it all happens for you and God just blesses you bountifully and the sky is raining of all this stuff that you've ever wanted. Just don't give up. Jen Pensinger, I'm going to call you out real quick. This is why. Like, we did a Super Saturday in Nampa and she was like, I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go. And she showed up and she was so glad she did. That's why we do it. You may not want to show up. You may not want to get on a Zoom, but it needs you and you need it every single time. I promise you. You're never going to get off going, that was a waste of time. Well, I hope you don't. Anyway, but yes, just keep showing up, you guys. Okay? All right. Email me and I'll get those forms to you. Love you guys. Have a great night. Bye.